Ibaka averaged 10 points.
Bro, Trez can't shoot.
You don't need to shoot. He's effective. He get boards.
He can't guard nobody.
He gets the hustle points. Their defense is still. They were still ranked number 1 before Brown got hurt.
Not because of him.
He's playing though. He was playing. No AD, no.
But why he on the block though? Why they trying to trade him though?
Everybody's on the block. Literally everybody on that team was on the block. Trez, THT, Kuz, Karuk. Everybody's on the block if they could get better players. I don't know who is actually going to get traded, but come on. Ibaka hasn't really improved that team much. Like they're still the Clippers. Like no one still has faith in them, even with Ibaka.
I'll take Ibaka on the Lakers right now. I'm sorry to say, whatever.
I'm sticking with Trez.
I mean,
Ibaka's kind of washed. He was 10 points as a starter.
It don't matter. He can shoot and he spread the floor or whatever.
Okay, see, what's he shooting? Averaging 10 points though.
but see, that's Mike's trying to fill a need with that.
Right.
Yeah, he's trying to fill.
He isn't trying. You're looking for production of a high level. That's two different things. Like if you're looking for a high level production, you want Trez. But if you're looking for just a need, then you want Ibaka. And that's all they need is a need. But again, there's no superstar to carry him right now.
Yeah, if Ibaka was there right now and Brown got hurt, he would be on the trading block because they'd be like, yo, this nigga's ass. This nigga no shots, no more wide open threes.
Right.
Like, thank you for your services. You are not what we need. Bye.
I mean, yeah, right now, yes. I'm talking about when they all get back together. Because like I said, Trez don't close games. Don't even have him in the fourth quarter, basically. Whatever.
Well, AD and Ibaka going to be doing the same thing, really, I guess.
Like they had AD and Dwight. They missed that size is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they should have kept one of them. Dang.
They should have.
I think Brown could control Dwight. Because he always had that little big brother effect over him.
And JaVale said he ain't taking no buyout. He's like, I want all my money. So
that's what I'm saying, exactly. So that's why he should have tried to keep Dwight. Because look what Dwight doing in Philly now.
At least some Dwight over McGee every day.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
McGee wasn't gonna be beat. McGee wanted that bread. Dwight would have been somebody.
They said he might get bought out. McGee might get bought out.
McGee said he ain't taking the buyout. He said he want all his money or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about going back to a contender. He won all his bread. And I don't blame him. Shit. I went on mine too.
He got 2 rings. He got like 2 rings. Doing nothing. Like
Man, Shaq almost destroyed his career.
But anyway, let's get started to the football, guys. Welcome to an episode of Beyond the Trenches. We're back in the middle of the off season for a free agency and draft special. Been a while since we talked about football, but I love to get into it. I'm your host, of course, Big Mike on the BigMike.LittleAnt channel, and we're back with our usual panel. My guy who's always loud and wrong, Jordan. What's up? Jeff.
Yo, what's up?
And Tobi, of course. Nah, Jordan don't talk about. Had me mad today in the thing, whatever. We'll get to that later or whatever. But anyway, so the free agency, the Pats made the most moves as we saw. And they had the best free agency. What do you think was their best move to help them, Jordan? The Patriots on that.
Their most single best move,
I
would probably say just getting like the 2 tight ends. Like I'm not sold on the receivers that they got were good. Like Aguilar is good enough. I think Bourne is good enough. I think Bourne will show that he's good enough. But the 2 tight ends was key. Like. We know when Cam had his, the most success as a player, his number 1 target was his tight end, Greg Olsen. You feel me? They had a great running game. He never really had the best of receivers, but as long as these guys can catch, I think he'll be all right. So I think Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith were the 2, like those 2 right there, those tight ends were the best move that they could have made for Cam and the Patriots.
Okay. And what about you, Jeff? How you feel about what they did with them and even bringing Cam back? What do you think about that?
With context to my choice, I say Trent Brown, the tackle, because if healthy, he's the blind side protector for Cam. And if everybody knows, we got to keep Cam in the pocket secure for him to be a good prolific passer. At the same time, it helps with the running game because the guy they got the left tackle now, I'm not really sure who he is and how long he's been around, but Trent Brown's a big guy. He was here with the Raiders. They got him for a trade for cheap, 7th round pick. Dave out a 5th round pick. I think if he stays healthy and if he's needed, he'll be key. Now, Cam thing, it was a good decision. It's an incentive leading contract. Cam has to really perform, and I think he will. I think like Jordan said, giving him the tight ends, I think giving him some protection on the line, a year to gel together, get Bill and Cam more time to, create some sort of camaraderie and some sort of, coach quarterback relationship. So I think it's a good thing it's a 1 year deal, and we'll see how it works out.
What you think about Cam getting re-signed and the rest of the deals they made, Toby?
Cam. I mean, I don't know where else he was gonna go, so that was good for them. But I'm just gonna Jordan. I was gonna say what Jordan was gonna say, the two tight ends, because Cam needs those safety blankets. I feel like, and signing two tight ends was it was the best move they could make. The receivers, they got some receivers, but I'm not high on their receivers. They got two top 10 tight ends, I feel like. So yeah, that's their best move right there. So Cam, like we said, he has to perform. It was good bringing him back, giving him a second chance. Now we can see if he's really washed or not.
Yeah, I mean, if they run that two tight end like they had with Hernandez and Gronk, back then, I think that'd be good for them. And like Jordan said with Greg Olsen, go ahead, Jeff. What you about to say, bro?
Everybody, Toby says, Wash have a great season, so I'm betting my money on Cam.
Listen, first of all, let's
Everybody
that. Last year I said Cam was washed. He was washed. When he first said was Tom Brady, and that's my fault for betting against Tom Brady.
I mean,
Drew Brees ended up being washed. Drew Brees ended up being washed.
That's true.
It's only Tom Brady, and he's the GOAT. So that was
look,
that was me disrespecting Tom Brady.
Your last
But
performance
Cam,
was a Tom Brady, so I gotta go from there.
But Cam, I said we're gonna see if Cam is washed, because
I know,
definitely last year
but
he
I know
was
how
definitely
you
washed.
think.
He had like 6 touchdown passes. He was trash. But
it wasn't
it's a different opportunity for him now. So
All right, we'll see.
I think another year. I mean, he probably won't get COVID again, so that won't end in the middle of the season. I mean, that's good. More weapons, better offensive line, like Jeff said, and they'll probably have the ball more because the defense they all coming back from last year, and they got defensive players. So with that being said, to my next question, then, you think that makes them the best team in the AFC East, or is it still the Bills? Well, how about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I do. I catapult him right to the top.
Okay.
Cam is a glorified game manager, and the defense was already legitimate. And then they added judo, they added some other linebackers, and honestly, low key, I had this thought as I was thinking of, through production today for the show. Right, I was like, look, Bill low key creates a lot of star linebackers. Like
That's true.
and like he does, and it's real quiet. And him with defense is just such a, just a force to be reckoned. And going against him defensively, and if that means the defense has to play lights out and Cam has to manage the game, that's definitely could be a recipe to win the championship.
The
Definitely their
championship?
division, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Both. I'm saying both.
Okay, all right.
The championship and definitely their division. The
Okay.
Bills are up and coming, but Bill, that's too much for Bill to work with. That's too much. Hopefully they keep Gilmore. That settles down. That's too much. That's scary, man.
All right, Toby, what you think? You agree with Jeff?
I'm not gonna give it to them yet. I'm still gonna say it's the Bills, but they are kind of scary. I mean, if Cam plays better, and then they got so many defensive players coming back, and they have great, they got back Kyle Van Noy again too.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be scary, but I'm still going to give the Bills the benefit of the doubt. They have a better quarterback, and they just won the division last year. So I'm going to still give it to them. They're still the favorites to win that division right now.
All right, Jordan, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Jeff on this one. I think this makes them the favorite. I don't think we can sleep. I don't know how we can't. I know what the Bills did last year. The Bills' defense is shaky. You feel what I'm saying?
And running game.
Yeah, and I think the Patriots' defense is going to be the top 5. I don't think there's any way that they're not top 5. Their secondary is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Adding Jalen Mills to that, playing that Pat Chung role, and then
Chung coming back.
That's what I was gonna say. Chung coming back.
Chung retired.
Oh, did he? Oh, I know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to play that Pat Chung role, which I think he's going to thrive in. And then getting a number 1 pass rusher in Judon. I didn't believe in Judon until last year. I thought his first year was like kind of like, oh, okay, big year, We'll see. Followed it up this year with another good year. I think he's just a solid, super solid pass rusher to be their number one pass rusher. They're loaded.
They got like defensive players, and then they got good backups for defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And they're loaded. They're just loaded. If they can get 3 times as much, I know this is crazy to say, but if they can get 3 times as more passing touchdowns from Cam and the same amount of interceptions, they're going to the Super Bowl.
So listen, hold on. You know what a crazy thing? Good backup defensive players make great special teams players. So that'll be a trickle down effect to having the dominance on 2 out of the 3 most important phases in football. Like, because you have those backup players playing special teams, getting all those reps. The defense keeps shutting the offenses down, punt the ball, special teams keeps playing, and that way there's always that next man up mantra that they've always carried. But these guys are actually good enough to play.
So, Jordan, you also think they could be championship contenders, not just AFC East contenders?
By far, bro. It'll all depend on Cam Newton's play. If he, like I said, bro, he had 8 touchdowns. If he can triple that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he had 6 passing, but we had rush. He had 10 rushing or whatever. Something.
He had 10 rushing. I think he had 8. He had 8 passing, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 passing.
He did have 10 rushing though.
Yeah.
But if he could triple his passing touchdowns and same amount of interceptions or whatever, I don't see anybody competing with them. Their defense is unbelievably loaded. It's loaded.
Yeah. And to me, and the guys who didn't play last year, that's a year off with no hits.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
they're gonna be rusty at first.
I just don't see how Bill Belichick can screw this up. Like, you can arguably say this is the most talented Patriots team since those early 2000 teams when they were winning Super Bowls on both sides of the ball. Equally.
The headline on this one it'll be bananas. Brady win a championship one year, Belichick winning next year. Like,
especially if he beat Brady, especially that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be all time crazy.
If you get Pats Bucks Super Bowl, like that'd be ridiculous. I'm telling you.
I might.
But anyways, Jordan, since you're our resident GM here, what player you think will make the biggest difference this season on a new team for free agency? Okay.
I'm ready if he's not.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I think Galladay, if healthy.
All right.
I mean, it legitimately gives Daniel Jones a number 1 target, and I always say, give a young receiver a big number 1 target. It'll be as healthy as possible for him. Put him in the NFC East. Eagles have no lockdown corner. Who do the Redskins have as a lockdown corner? Exactly. The Cowboys, we know their corners were terrible, so he's coming to a division where it's feast or famine, and it's more likely that he'll feast if healthy, because that hip injury held him to 5 games last year. In the last couple years, he had been progressing every season with 1,000 yards outside the first 2 seasons he has.
So, like, you really like Galladay.
I look, I had him in fantasy.
Really like him.
I like him a lot.
I know.
He low key, and looks, Stafford isn't great. He's good, and he was, thriving with Stafford. Imagine when he gets a quarterback, and I think Daniel Jones is still a good quality quarterback. I think he still can be great. I just think he is. He comes from that Peyton Manning lineage. I know he went to Duke, which is a small school, but he has a football body. He'll get Saquon back, and now he gets a number 1 receiver. Like, I think this might be a good season, and that NFC East is up for toss. We don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to be the quarterback for the Washington football team? Even if I don't even know if their name is going to be that in the year.
No, they got Fitzmagic, baby. Maybe all right.
Okay, yeah. So the Cowboys are the only legitimate threat because I've had faith, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Well, let's talk about what you just said about Galladay. You don't like Galladay, Jordan?
I mean, look, to answer your question, though, just to answer your actual question.
Yeah.
I really like the Will Fuller signing in Miami. It's arguably a 1A, 1B with what they have now with Devontae Parker and Will Fuller.
Okay.
With Tua, gives you another weapon. Will Fuller is a big play waiting to happen. I think everybody
Yeah.
does not realize that Deshaun Watson had a record-breaking season this year.
I know.
And his number one wide receiver was Will Fuller.
Bro, I had Watson and Fuller. You traded me Fuller on the fantasy team. I know it was. Like
so I think he's due for a big year with them. I hope they can kind of turn the offense around a little bit. I don't really like their offensive scheme. I think it's too pedestrian. I think it's too safe. With the guys that they have now, they go get a running back. I think their offense is solid. But to Jeff's point about Galladay, he just really likes Galladay. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not. And I don't.
All right, hold that thought on Galladay for the next question. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
What do you think had the will make the biggest impact on a new team for free agency?
I'm gonna go with the easy answer. I'm gonna go with the quarterback, and that's Matthew Stafford.
Okay, that's good.
And Matthew.
That wasn't a free agent though. That was a trade.
That's a new team.
No, it's a new team. But
good point.
It's on his new team, and I'm not really the biggest Matthew Stafford fan, but golf is just so bad that he has the chance to make a big impact. He got some wide receivers. He has the arm. They just signed Jackson. So I mean, still got Cooper Kupp, and I forgot the name of the other receiver. Who's the other receiver besides Cooper Kupp?
No, they just signed. They got Kupp, Jackson, and
the other dude.
Woods.
Exactly.
Woods.
Yeah. So got a nice wide receiving core. And yeah, I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford, the quarterback, which is the most important position on the field.
Okay, I mean, nothing wrong with that. We got a question about that later on, but it's okay. It's all good. I don't know about Galladay. He just got signed, so I don't know about that either. Who'd you say, Jordan? You said
I said Will Fuller.
There's still free agents out there too. Clowney's still out there. Ingram's still out there.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton's still out there.
Ingram got picked up.
When?
He got picked up. He went to Houston. They got
not the Ingram. I'm talking about the defensive player Ingram.
Word.
Yeah, he nice or whatever. Yeah, I like this Stafford thing, whatever. But
I'll give you a sleeper one if you want to think about it.
Yeah. Who do you think?
The safety that the Browns picked up, Johnson from the Rams.
Nah.
They need him? Nah. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it was a good question for you guys. We'll see what happens. Next question, though. Drew Brees retired. So, shouts out to Drew Brees. Wonderful career or whatever. We went over it. I do think he's if I don't include the old players, I'll put him in the top 10 or whatever. He's barely makes my top 10, but he's in the top 10, whatever like that. But what about now? You think Jameis can lead them to the playoffs, or should they start Taysom Hill? What do you think will happen there with them, Jordan?
I think he can get them to the playoffs. I think they have enough talent to get to the playoffs. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, they can go to the playoffs. They can lean on Alvin Kamara. They don't have to lean on Jameis Winston's arm. They have a top 10 defense. You know what I'm saying? So they're talented enough to get there. He just doesn't need to turn the ball over. And I think Sean Payton is the perfect coach to be able to,
So you would definitely start him and not Hill?
Yeah, I would start Jameis Winston instead of Taysom Hill. Has already showed us he cannot be a true starting quarterback.
I mean, wasn't he like 4-1 when Reeves was out or something like that?
I mean, they lost to the Eagles.
I'm just saying that was the
one. And on top of that, I mean, go look at the teams that they played. I mean,
right, that's true. Well, they played Atlanta. They played Atlanta twice, I think, in that stretch.
And then they played Denver. They played Denver with a wide receiver playing quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I'm like, what I'm saying, he's not the traditional drop back passer that Jameis Winston is. And
no.
Let's not snuff at Jameis Winston. Number 1 overall pick. I know he threw the 30 interceptions, but he also threw 30 touchdowns and threw for 5,000 yards. He's not a scrub. And I think it kind of ticks me off that people do write him off as a scrub because he threw 30 interceptions. He also threw 30 touchdowns and threw for 5,000 yards.
30 touchdowns not a lot. It's not like 45.
That's a lot. 30 picks.
That's not saying that.
All right, well, let's let them in, Jeff. What would you think about? The question is, can he lead them to the playoffs? Not can he be okay or whatever? What do you think?
No, he won't lead them to the playoffs. Alvin Kamara will. I think he'll have his moments, but this offense is going to steadily go through Alvin Kamara if they're smart. Last year he had 900 yards and 16 touchdowns, and then 700 receiving yards and 5 more touchdowns. Actually, this is on the record. Alvin Kamara he's going to be MVP of the NFL.
Nope.
I'm just
But go
trying to tell
ahead.
you, they're gonna feed him. They're gonna feed him the ball. He's already on track to that. He's probably on track to do 1,000 for sure. Because they're gonna give him the ball. James isn't gonna have it, and he's gonna feature Michael Thomas. So he can lead them to the playoffs, yes, but it won't require him to try to be spectacular.
Bro, Henry just had 2,000 yards. He ain't win MVP. Running backs ain't win MVP. I'm sorry to tell you. Whatever.
We had 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving.
That same 2,000 yards Henry just had.
C-Mac did it. He didn't get it.
I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Toby,
did it.
I'm not saying she's gonna be Jad 1,000. It might be like 1,600 and 1,300. It might be.
Fuck out. He's on 2,900 yards total.
Hey, I'm saying it's gonna be enough to win MVP.
The only way you win
numbers
MVP
are not
as a running
accurate.
back
They're estimates.
is
They're just
if you run for 2K and you have a trash quarterback and you get to the playoffs.
nah, man.
We'll talk about that later.
Talk about that later, Toby.
Talk about that later. But somebody else did that.
Okay. Anyway,
Jameis. Jameis has a chance. I don't think Jameis is a scrub. Even though he threw 30 picks, I still think he has potential. He's playing with Sean Payton now. Hopefully the interceptions come down. If they come down, they have a chance to make the playoffs. I mean, in that division is what? Them, the Bucks, the Falcons, and the Panthers. So to me, the Falcons and the Panthers, they both are kind of trash. So it's going to be up to the Bucks and the Saints to make the playoffs. But it's going to be hard to get two teams from your division to make the playoffs when you got the NFC West. Who's going to try to get in 2 or 3 teams too? Yeah. So I'm going to give them a chance, but there's a very slim chance to make the playoffs. Like as an overall team, it's going to be hard.
Okay, so you don't believe in Jameis that much then, because
not that much, but I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it. I mean, he just threw 30 picks last time I seen him. That's a lot of picks.
That's a lot of picks. Yeah,
he threw 25 picks this season. They're not making a playoff.
Yeah.
20 they're not, but I don't think he's gonna throw 20. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of more with Jordan. I think that last representation wasn't really what he is. I think he more like 15 interceptions and whatnot. I think you got to think about Bruce Arians, no risk, no biscuit. All he do is throw the ball up or whatever like that. So I feel like Jameis kind of suffered with that. I think Peyton won't take as many chances as Arians did and whatnot. So I think that was a part of it too. And I think that they'll sprinkle Taysom Hill with those same plays they did with Breeze or whatever like that. That'll catch people off guard and stuff like that. You know what they did. And I do think that Michael Thomas gonna have a bounce back year. That's what's unspoken. I think he was halfway hurt last year. Back at Jeff would know. He was halfway hurt last year and back and forth and out the lineup. He gonna be healthy this year all the way, and he wanted his crown back. Can't guard Mike. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He want that back. So I think he's gonna have a bounce back year. So I'm a bookie. I'm gonna say Saints will make the playoffs. They'll probably be like 10-6. I'm gonna say and get in there or whatever. So that's my thing. But speaking of a team from the same division, the Bucks pretty much signed everybody back. So. Especially all the big names they needed to sign back or they franchised Godwin and stuff like that too. But did that make them the favorite to repeat and whatnot? What do you think, Toby?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes because the champions from last year, this were the Chiefs. They won, therefore they become the favorite. It's an easy answer, yes. I'm not gonna bet against Tom Brady again. He shut me up last year. I was calling him washed. Facts. I didn't have them on the trip and he shut me up like they really did it. So definitely they're the favorites to win again, easily.
In the whole league.
Okay. In the whole league.
All right. Jeff, what do you think?
History repeats itself. They will not be a favorite, man. They will not win at all. And they can't be a favorite because there's never been a back-to-back. There hasn't been a back-to-back championship in 17 years, since 03-04. No one's done it. The Patriots.
And who was on that team?
I mean, listen, man. You giving it too much now. You giving it too much now. He got his ring. The loaded team that he was on. It came together. It worked out perfect. You had to get some bad halves from other quarterbacks, huh?
He won Super Bowls with less talented teams.
Yeah, they won't repeat, man. They won't.
If they not the favorite, who would you say? Do you have a favorite yet, Jeff?
Like out of the NFC, just out of the NFC, like.
If I got a favorite, it's the Chiefs.
Okay.
I
All right, back to
mean,
the Chiefs. All right.
you just can't like. What year can you say? What has he done, or what has Patrick Mahomes done to say like he doesn't deserve?
I mean, it ain't what he did, but I mean, they lost offensive linemen. The Chiefs, they got work to do. Or put it like that.
I
But
mean, they'll figure it out. And who did they lose in the champ? Who did they lost to the Bucks, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, there's no reason not to.
Jordan, what you think? Are your favorite the Bucks?
I mean, I put my money on them. You know what I mean?
For the chip or for the NFC?
I mean, I give them both. I mean, listen, they're getting the same team back. How can they get?
I
any
know.
worse?
I know.
How can they get any worse? They're not.
Yeah.
I doubt they're going to draft bad. The Tampa Bay doesn't draft that bad. I mean, they've got some guys that they've drafted that are still on that team that are Pro Bowl guys.
They drafted Mike Evans.
Yeah, man, they got talent.
Mike Evans was played in Buffalo first. What are you talking about?
Was he?
Yeah, fool.
Was he, Jordan? That's what I thought. I'm like, what?
Oh, Mike Evans. Where is he out of before Buffalo? I mean, before
Buffalo.
The Bucks?
He wasn't nowhere for the Bucks.
He
might be thinking
so.
about Lee Evans. Like back in the day.
Man.
Back in it, Mike Evans never played for nobody.
What the Bucks, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was trying to think. That's
All right. Yeah, you're right. Talking about Lee Evans, you're right.
Talking about Lee Evans.
But they dropped good. They drafted Chris Godwin too, right?
Yeah.
They drafted Ronald Jones. They drafted Shaq Barrett. They drafted Levante David.
Yeah.
They drafted that lineman too. That lineman.
Well, you know they down there in the South, so with the SEC players all up in Florida, so they get the quick, the first dibs. Them and the Dolphins.
I don't see why they can't repeat. Their defense is going to be the same or better. They're not.
That's why I think they're gonna be good on defense. They're gonna be better, I think, on defense this year.
Even if they lose Ndamukong Suh, it's not that crazy. Like he's not that big of a deal to lose him.
Nah, as long as they got Barrett back, they all right. They good, whatever like that.
And they still got Jason
he's a big loss. He's the nose tackle.
Ndamukong Suh? Nah,
I mean, not from his skill wise, but the fact that you have the threat at the nose tackle. Generally when teams have the ends, they easily come out and chart double team because there's no threat up the middle. And Ndamukong Suh is the threat up the middle that makes it easier for them dudes on the end.
They got the other kid. I forget his name. He's like Samoan. Vitae via.
Okay, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know what his name is.
Bro, listen.
He's going to be the starter.
And I think this year is going to be easier for them because the division is not great because the Breeze is gone and with the Saints. So that's going to be, easier games for them, I think. I feel like, or whatever. And the Atlanta's still done and Carolina's still done. I feel like and then it's another year where Brady under Arians, and then they clicking together. The receivers, Brady and Evans, Brady and Godwin. I don't know about Antonio, whatever. We'll see what that happens with that. But I feel like they're going to be. I feel like the NFC is easier to for them, whatever. We'll see, or whatever. Like
NFC is definitely easier.
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah. So
I agree to make the playoffs. I'm just saying win it all. No.
Okay. All right. Well, this was a question from Jordan, actually, courtesy of Jordan. But a pre-draft questions. What rookie do you think will make the biggest impact, and who would you like to see your team draft? So since you brought the question up, Jordan, why don't you start it first? Or who you want to see your draft?
Well, I would love for my team to draft either Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Jalen Waddle, or Devontae Smith.
You named 4 players.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Listen. Is your team are any of those players in the realm of your team's position?
Of course.
In like a lot of mock drafts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's not one of those 4, bro, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
It should be. That's a lot of players.
I'm gonna lose my shit if it's not one out of those 4.
Wait. So who are they again? What position they play?
Wide receiver, every
6.
single one.
Oh, they're all receivers.
All of them.
Well, Pitts is a tight end, but he's gonna probably play wide receiver in the NFL. He's 6'8", he's 6'7", running 4.4. He's gonna play wide receiver.
Okay.
But the player that I think is gonna make the biggest impact, and I truly hope that they do actually draft him, I am sold on Zach Wilson at number 2 to the Jets. Justin Fields not the second best quarterback in this draft. It's Zach Wilson, and I'm an Ohio State fan saying that shit. Because I watched some of his tape and shit like that. What they're saying about him is absolutely true. Mahomes like, Rodgers like, some of the throws that he's making, bro, they are serious. Like every throw that I saw on his tape, I mean, you can even hear the commentators be like, "Holy shit!" You know what I'm saying? So he's by far the second best player in this draft. I'm going as far as to even say like he could be better than Trevor Lawrence. Real shit, bro. I swear to God.
All right,
because some of the shit that I even saw, I'm like, I'm not even seeing Trevor Lawrence do. Trevor Lawrence has all the talent in the world. Trevor Lawrence is a bigger physical.
Trevor Lawrence is like they say, the best draft test of Andrew Luck. The draft.
We're gonna find out because Andrew Luck was really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So we're gonna find out. But I think Zach Wilson has the potential to be the best quarterback from this draft, just off of pure like talent, bro. Like you gotta watch the shit. It's gonna blow your mind. Might not lie. But I think he's gonna have the. I think he has the. He can make the biggest impact on the Jets if they draft him. I hope they do.
All right, Jeff. Who do you think will make the biggest impact, and also your Raiders? Who you want them to draft, or what position you want them to draft? Anyway.
I think the biggest impact on the draft is going to be the Trevor Lawrence pick because I think he's a future superstar quarterback. You know, I just think he's grown. Dabble Sweeney did what he had to do with that dude. His last product was Deshaun Watson, man. Like, look at that. Like, so this dude is, you know, he has the stature. He'll get stronger. He'll grow. He'll be bigger. He's going to be the splash of the draft. The New York Jets should be set at that position for about 10 years at this point. For my team,
Jaguars.
No, excuse me, Jacksonville Jaguars, City New York Jets. And I'm happy for Jacksonville, and he's gonna get this no state taxes, Mike. Right? He'll get more money. For my team, I want him to get Patrick Surtain second, really. And the reason I say him, and I know between him and the kid Farley from Virginia Tech, as far as the corners, because I'm going for corner. But I like that Patrick Surtain has the professionalism of his dad. Like, you know, he has that professional experience from his father. And I think that my team needs to get more mature, and bringing in a mature player like him, or someone that comes from mature pedigree like him, you know, coming in knowing how to be a professional, you know, no taunting, all that good stuff. And he comes from a high power college offense or defense, excuse me, organizations, what I'll say. So I like that, and I'm hoping that, you know, he falls to us, but he might not because we down there kind of low. He'll probably go top 10, maybe top 15. Him and Farley, but either way, I want to get a big corner. I want to get a good cornerback.
Speaking of, did y'all lose Mariota, or does he not stay in?
I don't think anything yet. Like, I just think it's out there. I haven't seen him sign with anybody.
Well, okay.
You know, so
yeah, I know
he
wanted more
him.
money. Yeah.
I love to keep him because I don't know, man. He that new style. He old school, but he got that new style. Like, these new quarterbacks, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he had nothing at Tennessee. I mean, they thought he was going to be the savior. He had nothing at Tennessee. So, I think he can. He needs to be a little bit more accurate, but I think he can be good.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Toby, you looked at our Steelers, man. What do you think we should draft?
I think the Steelers to get a running back.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Travis. I'm looking at Travis. Who? I can't hear you. Say it again, bro.
In the first round?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I see Travis Etienne. This is the only running backs we should draft. Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, or Devontae Williams from North Carolina. Those are the three best. If we don't get one of them, then we probably have to get another lineman or inside lineman. But I'm gonna go with the running back.
What's your
and
pick?
if you don't get, what you say?
What's your pick?
I don't know. I think it's in the 20s.
Yeah, like 24.
To the playoffs.
Yeah.
24. So I feel like we might. I think Travis Etienne and Najee Harris is gonna go before Devontae Williams. So if we get a running back, then cool. If we can't get a Devontae Williams because he might get drafted, who knows? Then we get a lineman or we get an inside, an interior lineman.
Definitely feel you on that. I don't really follow the college game, but we do need a running back. Connor ain't it. I thought he was a couple years ago. He really ain't it.
Fucking trash. We had other backs too. They all suck. The other running back.
And Pittsburgh is built on having a good running game. That's the problem with them like that. We got to run first, throw later. Stop with them fucking 1 yard passes and shit like that, and just run the ball.
Shit, I better not see that shit all season. I better not see that shit now one time.
They re-signed Juju though, didn't they?
It's coming.
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah,
1 year.
It's coming.
It's not. I think we got a new offensive coordinator. I think. So that shit has to stop.
It's coming.
I don't think it is coming.
Y'all guys suffered a lot of injuries on defense last year.
We did, but we lost Bud Dupree.
Right?
We lost Bud Dupree, but we're gonna get back. What's our middle linebacker? The one from Michigan.
The one who was replacing Dupree. Bush.
Bush. He was important. Like he was having a great year. His second year, he was having a great year, and we lost him. So, we get him back. We always get a drafting defensive players and wide receivers. So we should just get a running back if we can in the first round. If not,
wait, who signed Dupree?
I think the Titans.
When are the Steelers going to draft a quarterback?
Maybe in the later rounds. I feel like you can steal a gem. You can steal a gem. I don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go for a quarterback in the first round.
I ain't saying first.
I mean, they signed what's his name? They signed the Ohio State quarterback Jordan, your guy. Haskins. Give him a chance. You know, Ben is super trash. Hopefully, you know what Haskins is different. You know, he's getting that second opportunity. Washington humbled him. You know, him getting released humbled him. So let's see what he could do now.
Jordan gonna be in the chat going ham, talking about how he told us he was good.
Behind the Hall of Famer. You feel me?
Ben is not gonna help you out, man.
Ben is not a role model either.
You're on your own. He's on his own.
Raven Roethlisberger is not a role model. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Allegedly,
yeah.
Allegedly, yeah.
But anyway, man, I skipped one. I'm gonna go backwards. The NFC West, which Tobi mentioned earlier. So they all been making moves. So you know that's the Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, and the Rams. So who's the best at the NFC or NFC West right now? What do you think, Jordan?
I mean, I would have to agree with Tobi on what he said about the Rams and Matt Stafford. You putting Matthew Stafford on that team, it gives it a totally different dynamic. Like I think we're going to see the offense that we saw previously when they went to the Super Bowl when Goff was playing at a high level.
So you got them head of the Seahawks?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Strictly from the fact that their defense is going to be better than Seattle. And I honestly think all those teams have a chance to have a winning record this year.
I know it's crazy. Yeah, they're busy crazy.
Yeah, I think the second best team, if the Cardinals can make that jump, the second best team in that division will be the Cardinals because their defense will be better than Seattle again. At JJ Watt, they picked up Jay Green. Already had a decent defense. They just got to be mature. They got to get smarter. They got to get more mature. Kyler gets another year under his belt. Your MVP candidate, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if I got to put it, you know, the number one, I think it's going to be the Rams because you just replaced Goff with Stafford. This is
damn. So Russ want to get traded already. Now you're talking about the third best team in the division. He really going to want to get traded after that. Shit. So, all right, Jeff. What do you think of the NFC West?
Well, wait, quick question. So wait, there's record that Russell Wilson's asking to be traded?
Yeah, you been asking.
Wow.
I mean, like you know, he's like, oh, I never said that, but he said it.
Yeah. It's gonna be the Arizona Cardinals. Last year they were a young team and they had to learn how to win and they lost some heartbreakers. They went on a losing streak after winning big early. So I think that one more year of production together between Murray, Hopkins, they added some other players as well this offseason, and I think it'll be good. I think they're going to find the formula that they need at running back because Kenyon Drake was good, but they were able to let him walk for the price that the Las Vegas Raiders paid him. And I just think that Kyler, I agree with Mike too. Kyler might be due for a special season. Last year was special, and for some reason, maybe Kingsbury can debunk the college to pro struggle that has been going on in the last couple, decade, I say, with coaches coming out. So I think the Cardinals going to break that seat, bust that out this year.
Hmm. Okay. Toby, who you think? NFC West, best team.
NFC West, Rams and Cardinals. 49ers, the quarterback is never healthy. I don't trust them.
Mm.
And the Seahawks, they have a lot of turmoil going on. It's like, does Russ want to be there or not? One minute he doesn't want to be there, next minute he does. So I don't know about them. So I'm gonna give it to right now I'm gonna say the Rams. But the 49 the Cardinals are on their way up. I mean, um, what's this guy's name again?
Oh, Murray?
Yeah, Murray. He played great his rookie year, and then last year he played great too. So he's showing progress. He's showing that he's leveling up each year. Did Larry Fitzgerald retire? Or he's still there.
He's still there.
His old ass is still
Playing
there.
1 year though.
So
Yeah.
they still have Larry, sure hands. They got the Hopkins. They had the other receiver. I don't
AJ
remember.
Green.
Not AJ Green.
Oh.
The other receiver.
Oh yeah.
Last season.
I forgot his name too.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk.
And then they got AJ Green. So they got
Kirk.
multiple weapons, So I feel like that might propel them. Then they got JJ Watt on defense. We'll see what he does. He's still impactful. He still makes plays from time to time. So definitely it's gonna be between the Rams and the Cardinals. And we'll see if Murray can take another step to take his team to the playoffs. Because last year they were on their way to the playoffs, and then they just started losing. They could not, they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop the bleeding. So we'll see what happens with them next year. But right now, I'm gonna go to Rams. Then.
Yeah, it's funny. You talk about Kingsbury, but if they got D Hop, now they bring in AJ Green. They got another year. If he don't go to the playoffs this year, he might be on the hot seat. Kingsbury, to be honest with you, and stuff because they got a lot of talent. And Murray's, what's that, Jordan?
So now you're right. They got too much talent now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they better go to the playoffs. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But Niners, it's crazy about them because they got a lot of people coming back from injuries or whatever like that from last year, like defensively and stuff like that. Niners, they might not win or be great, but they're gonna make it hard for all those teams to win games in that division or whatever like that. Every time they play the Niners, it's gonna be a hard game. Put it like that or whatever. But I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with my Cardinals because I think Kyler might be MVP or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Look, Stafford's good and everything like that, but I don't know if I really trust Stafford like that all the time. So I think I still would go with the and I think Jackson. We all know Jackson ain't gonna stay and play the whole season, whatever. Deshaun Jackson. So I ain't gonna worry about that. Whatever.
Bro, but you gotta think about
What is he
the way
though?
Kingsley might use him, and he might not
Mhm.
even be in on all the snaps. You gotta limit his snaps so he don't get hit and hurt.
Oh, Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting hit. He wasn't getting hit when he was with the Eagles.
He's getting hit on the Eagles. I seen him get hit.
And shit, not getting hit.
All you gotta do with Deshaun Jackson is run the 9 route. That's it. And the way they do everything with on the Rams is so trickery. You motion there. So
it is. Yeah.
he might finesse. He might get 10 games out of him, and that's
okay. He ain't getting 16. I'll tell you that.
Definitely not giving us 16.
Yeah, I agree.
With that, but I don't know. I'm a roll with the Cardinals. I just feel like they're gonna have 11-12 win season, and I feel like that the Rams gonna be right there in second. I'm with y'all. Seattle gonna be third, and Russ ain't gonna be happy. So either way, it should be a good season. So that being said, on to the next question. Deshaun Watson and whatnot. What do you think, Jordan? You were talking about today. What do you think? How will these allegations affect his future? What do you think?
I mean, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think, it's a bad joint. You know what I'm saying? From what we understand, this is a guy who has an impeccable track record, squeaky clean record. I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he, grew up with a single mom, raised by his mom. I'm pretty sure his mom had cancer. They were homeless at one point. I just don't see him treating a woman like the way they saying with the track record that he has. So I don't believe any of it. I think it's all for some dough. I hope it's not true because that would be terrible if it is true and it ends up being criminal and it ends up being some issues. His career could be on the line, to be honest, because we're talking about 24 women, the 14 lawsuits. So his career could be on the line if this shit is true.
I'm gonna say where I stand. I don't know if it's true or not, or whatever. But when it comes to 20 plus women saying it, I feel like he can't play. Like Goodell cannot let him play. It's too many people saying this shit, and then you get starting to get the law involved and stuff like that, and then you know, and it's all from massages too, which is even crazy, whatever. So I'm like, you trying to get a happy ending and shit? The fuck going on with this nigga? Like that, right? And then the crazy part is that the most recent one was like March 5th. After the other ones and shit like that. So it's ridiculous shit like that. So go ahead.
The one thing that they were saying, one thing that I was reading, so the Texans have already made it clear that they don't want to trade him. They want him to play. But he's made it clear that he's not going to step on the field.
You better stay with him.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So either way, right, it could be a situation where it's like, well, dude, now nobody wants you. Now you got to stay with them, but he doesn't want to play for them. So he's going to end up being in a rough situation himself if all this shit is really true. And, you know, this shit goes into the court of law and all that shit.
He already in one, but go ahead, Jeff. What do you think about this whole situation with Deshaun Watson?
It's a mess, man. I mean, you know, I hope the organization isn't behind this. You know, it'll be such a scam and a black eye for the NFL, you know, to have this be some sort of thing. But, you know, we've seen this before. You know, Brett Favre, New York Jets, you know, sexual harassment, allegedly sexual, you know, misconduct.
One girl, though. Well,
Yeah, absolutely. And then the, you know, understanding and just that, like, hey, the magnitude, like you said, Mike, the number of women, you know, and that kind of gives me the whole Me Too vibe. You know, so and that's kind of why I'm like,
right, exactly.
You know, I got to take it with a grain of salt. I don't really know. Is it impacts his endorsements?
Oh, definitely.
You know, his money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's sad when this stuff happens because it's a domino effect. You know, and you know if he's got kids and his kids got to go to school, they got to deal with this. So hopefully it gets resolved. It doesn't cost him any time on the field. Um, if he's untouchable till this is done.
I was gonna say, if you were a team, would you trade for him still right now?
Nah, he's untouchable. He's untouchable.
Okay, Tobi, what you think of this whole situation?
I heard it was basically just like massages, and he would just try to finesse the massage and go to another level.
Right.
So I mean,
it's not laughable, but it's.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not laughable. He's definitely gonna get suspended some games.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, for real.
Miss some games. But I mean, if you're a trash organization,
facts,
you're probably still gonna draft him. I mean, not draft him. You're still gonna trade for him because he'll be done for this season most likely. But he'll come back and you have him for the next 5 years and going on forward. Remember Greg Hardy? Greg Hardy had a second opportunity in the league, and he was like on video talking crazy. He had guns.
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of his girl.
Yeah, he chipped that girl. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
He destroyed her.
Yeah.
So it's like if he gets a chance and Deshaun Watson, I mean, he made like kind of so-called sexual advances towards women. Which one is really? I mean, I don't want to say which one is worse, but I think beating a woman,
I agree.
A woman all the way to fuck up is worse than him making sexual advances, you know? So he'll definitely get another opportunity in the league and mess up his name. It's going to mess up his name a lot, but I still think he'll be able to play. I mean, he's still young. He's still a young quarterback. So I still feel like, I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, you know? I dealt with rumors with Big Ben. You know, I would take him, you know? I would take fucking Deshaun Watson, you know? It's not rape allegations like we dealt with Big Ben, so I'll definitely take him.
It'd be a great redemption story.
Yeah.
You know, if they stand behind him and he gets acquitted, it could be like the Ray Lewis thing. You know, you never know.
But Houston, how they can stand behind him where he want to go? That's what's bad. The timing is horrible.
No.
Oh yeah, and I want to say they said the attorney is like he's connected with the Houston Texans supposedly. He's a friend of the Houston Texans.
Wow.
So that made me think like how 22 people come out of nowhere. Like it just so much people at a short amount of time. You know? Like, and the lawyer is friends with the Houston Texas owner or something like that. Like, to me, that's just too fishy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, 22 people is a lot to come out at one time. Like, where they been at this whole time? Why they coming out when he's requesting the trade? Why they coming out now? Like,
that's my thing. Weird. Like, it went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 in 3 days, 4 days.
Literally.
What is this? That just like Jeff said, you feel me? Like, I gotta take that shit with a grain of salt because it sounds too fishy. Sound like y'all trying to get a buck out of my a buck out of my man. You know what I'm saying? For some shit that happened that wasn't even that deep.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's the PR, it's the PR hit for the teams or whatever. Right. They don't want to take that give that bad press. That's the problem.
If he said some shit to you and you ain't like it, it ain't like he, you know what I'm saying? He kept it pushing. He ain't do nothing to you.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. He probably was getting a massage. His dick got hard, and he was just like, "Yo, what's up?" Something like that. I mean, you can't be doing that shit, but I'm saying that's probably what happened. I think that he got to be smarter. Like, you got enough money to get you a personal masseuse, and let that be your one masseuse or whatever like that. You don't got to be going to all these different chicks or whatever to get in massages because you never know what they might say or whatever like that. So these players got to be smarter about what they, I get you need a massage, but you got to have all these different girls doing it.
Right, you got money, you can get somebody come to the crib.
Right, that's what I'm saying and whatnot. So, and listen, they might give you the happy ending. You try to get whatever like that. So, but my whole thing is, I wish them the best. I love Deshaun. I was drafting him last year in a fantasy league and whatnot. So, and I want to see him like be an MVP and be as good as he can be and whatnot. So, I hope he do make it well. But moving on forward, man, Tobi, like I said, you already kind of answered this, but Jeff and Jordan, which QB will have the biggest impact on their new team? What do you think? Do you think Stafford too, Jeff, or no?
Biggest man. I really can I alter the question?
Yeah.
It's not a new team, but it's a new situation, and that would be Dak. And I think that Dak is I think he got his money and he had this time off. I know he was injured and he had to rehab, but I think coming out, I think with Dak getting paid, I think this Dallas Cowboys offense is going to look like something, because I think Zeke will be happy for Dak. I think the new young guys will be happy because now they get to see the organization did pay him, even though he went through a little transition with it. I think it's just going to be a good thing for them getting Dak back with that money in his pocket, and I can't wait for him.
Let me tell you something, yo. Zach agent is the best agent all time. Like, because this nigga held out twice, got hurt, and still got that type of contract.
Yeah, I think he was just due. I think the market created that for him, Mike. I think he was just in line because his contract ended right there, and that's where the market was getting set. Like Wentz getting 32 or whatever, and then some other guy getting 36. He was supposed to get that money because he was in line for that.
Go ahead, Jordan. What you saying?
Go 9-7. So what you mean? All that to go 9-7.
Or what?
Oh, what you just said for them to go 9-7.
When they go 9-7,
they going 9-7 this year. What you mean?
That might win a division. That division's so terrible that might win a division.
9-7.
Yeah. Okay. Tobi, you still stick with Stafford, correct?
Yeah, Stafford or Fitzpatrick. He's playing.
That's my guy, Fitzmagic.
And I didn't even know the Eagles signed Joe Flacco. Maybe if Jalen Hurts suck and then he comes in, who knows?
Oh my
god.
Jordan, what do you think, bro?
It's gonna be Carson Wentz, to be real.
That's what I was thinking too, actually.
I think it's Carson Wentz. I think it's a perfect situation for him. He don't gotta do too much. They already got mad talent on both sides of the ball.
You say mad talent. Who they got on offense? Name a receiver they got. Who they receivers?
T.Y. Hill, they got Mike.
He a free agent.
Zach Pascal. What you mean?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
Burton, they got Jack Doyle. They got Taylor, Naeem Hines. Jonathan Taylor is going to be a.
Well, the running backs, I said receiver. That's why I knew the running backs was solid already. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
So, you feel me?
We'll see, man. We'll see.
It's a perfect. Listen, if he fucked this up, his career is over. So
I mean, it might not be this year.
Yeah, he'll have time, I think, or whatever.
He has time, yeah. It
Yeah.
just might not be this year.
I mean, his career is over if he screws this up because this is essentially everybody.
He's not gonna have to do much. They're gonna run the ball. You just said they got the dual threat running backs. The
Good
defense
defense.
is already top 10.
Mhm.
Like they got the formula to win with generic football pattern. The formula: run the football, play good defense, get quality from the quarterback. And I think he'll give them quality. I agree with you. I do.
Mm. We'll see. I'm going with Fitzmagic, baby. I think Fitzmagic, over with the Redskins. I feel like that they got the receivers, bro. They don't. I'm just saying. So, and they got the defense or whatever. All they needed was somebody solid and whatnot. I know Jordan be hating, but yeah, he wins. All he does is win, or whatever like that. So I'm going with him with the Redskins. I'd rather have him than fucking Taylor Heineke, whatever the fuck his name is, shit like that. So
I mean, I feel you, but like
that's what I'm saying. So I feel like that their team is solid or whatever, and he's good enough to get them to another level or whatever like that.
And that division's up for grabs.
Bro, I was looking it up, nigga. Like he been on 17 teams, I know, which is crazy or something like that.
It's crazy.
However, he's still in the league. The nigga made like $100 million or whatever. So he doing something right. I don't know what it is or whatever like that. So, but he wins. And speaking of NFC East, I missed the question here. We went back to the Galladay thing. I think about that. Division up for grabs, Jeff. So who you think is the best? Is it Giants now with Galladay or no?
No. Not this year. Maybe in the future, but this year it should be the Cowboys.
Okay.
Well, that's contingent. When are we expecting Dak back for OTAs and all that?
Yeah,
it'll be the Cowboys. They're gonna win the division.
Okay. All right. Is it Toby?
Same. I don't trust Danny Dimes. He's a turnover machine.
Jordan? His division too. That's hilarious.
Like, I like the Galladay signing. You feel me? Because it gives them a number one target. Yeah. They already had a number one target. Well, their number one target in Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton is not bad. Then they got Sterling Shepard. So they got three good wide receivers. It's good.
Ingram.
They got Ingram, Pro Bowl tight end. They're getting one of the best players back in the NFL.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes doesn't turn the ball over. You have a team that's going to be very, very good. Their defense was already top 15 last year. They got the same players. They picked up Adoree Jackson. The Giants.
It's all contingent.
Bro, he wasn't even a starting. He wasn't even the best corner on that team. Adoree Jackson. He
starter, bro.
I mean, but he wasn't the. It was Malcolm Butler. Yeah, he was just like this.
And you see they didn't resign him.
I understand, but Jackson. Right, but listen, Jackson and Butler was old, and Jackson wasn't better than him on that team. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, bro.
He wasn't, bro.
Anyway. Look, I mean, Logan Ryan's going to be the number one corner. The Giants.
So to make sense, that he was third behind, and they just put
Jackson on the other side. Which
it don't matter, but they overpaid for Adoree Jackson, but that don't matter right now.
It was a little bit. And then they got Jabril Peppers. They got Xavier McKinney. They're going to be real. It all depends.
Jabril Peppers, I don't like in coverage. He's too small.
He ball though.
He meant to be like run support. He can't be ball. He on like his third team, ain't he? In like 3 years. He was for the Browns, the Giants, and now here.
Yeah, he only played for the Giants.
Who?
He played for the Browns too.
Yeah, I said that was his first team. Then he went to the Giants.
Who you picking?
He was a part of the Odell trade.
Okay. He was, yeah. So that's who you picking? Giants to win division, Jordan?
Yeah. Because their defense is going to be better than the Dallas.
Yo, you really hit on the Cowboys, so you hate the Cowboys.
Definitely hit the Cowboys.
I know.
I'm picking come on, man. Come on.
Gotta pick the better QB, bro.
Cowboys.
Huh?
Danny Dimes has proven that he's a turnover machine, bro. I don't expect anything.
Bro, in all fairness, like I get what you're saying, but bro, Danny Dimes has like serious potential. He has serious potential. Like he could tap into that shit a little bit. The Giants are gonna be serious.
Bro, you call Ezekiel Elliott the best back in football, right? And you telling me okay, all right, man. I'm so
All right, Cowboys, Giants. I'm sticking with my Redskins. I'm sticking with the division, whatever like that. They got
No
the
birds.
The Eagles will win it, and you will all be wrong.
Nah, well, can we all agree Eagles gonna be last in the division? Everybody agree with that? Eagles gonna be last.
I'm not gonna.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say that. That
don't
division
know.
is weird.
It is
Yeah, it is. I was messing with
unorthodox.
Eagles aren't going to be that bad as
I know. I don't think they will either. Whatever.
think about it, but they're not going to be.
See.
Yeah. All right. Well, one last thing, man. Just kind of on the beyond the trenches debate that started a couple days ago. Last thing, LT versus AP. I heard Tobi trying to throw some shots earlier. What not about it? Nah.
What happened?
Made the argument, so like
LT versus AT. I think it's 2 versus 2. I think it's Tobi and Jordan got AP for some reason. And I think me and you
For
just
some reason, wow.
Yeah.
Disrespect,
bugging.
okay, Tobi, go first. Let Tobi go first.
But wait. Jordan sends the screenshot of one game. Like head to head. Like, bro.
That one game will never be
Like,
broken.
my man.
That game will never be broken
Adrian Peterson has the most rushing yards.
in one game ever.
But LT
He's
wasn't
the
making no
best
tackles.
running back
He was
ever.
40
And he
yards.
never had a quarterback his whole career.
Hold on. One at a time. Go ahead, Tobi.
Yo,
Go ahead.
he never had a quarterback his entire career. He's going against 10 men, 9-man boxes every time, literally, because it's only Adrian Peterson there.
And was getting stuffed a lot.
He's getting stuffed a lot. What are you talking about?
He had a lot of carries, man.
He's breaking through them every time. And the one time he had a quarterback, they went to the NFC Championship game. And if it wasn't for the defensive coordinator putting out a hit on Brett Favre, he probably would have went to his first Super Bowl where everybody's watching at once. He's on live TV and he would have went crazy. So come on. Kristen Ponder, bro, was his quarterback. They beat Aaron Rodgers in the last game of the season to go to the playoffs, bro. By himself. He never had a quarterback close to Phillip Rivers. The closest he had was Brett Favre at age 40.
Y'all said Rivers was trash. What you talking about?
40. Okay, okay, if I say he's trash, and I say no, he had nobody close to him, Phillip Rivers. What does that tell you about the quarterbacks he had? They were even worse than that.
You don't even remember who Ponder is.
They were the gutter, bro.
I don't
He went to Florida State. Yes, I
horrible.
do remember.
He was a high draft pick.
He was
He
terrible.
was.
Yeah, he was another bust.
They had
horrible
Tavares
bust.
Jackson. He was all right.
Okay, anyways.
Rest in
When it
peace,
comes
Tavares
to
Jackson.
He was like
Stop
a game. Yo, he was
Listen,
definitely
bro.
mobile.
Kristen Ponder was his Brett Favre was his best quarterback, and he was 40 years old.
Rest in peace, Tavares Jackson, by the way, on that one. But,
Tavares Jackson was
Come
trash.
on, bro. He literally
Yo,
carried
bro.
Adrian Peterson carried his football teams every season because he had no choice.
Bro.
He was going against those. The year they had 2,000 yards, bro.
My
It was
man.
10-man boxes, bro. One safety
My
high
man.
every time, every game. And no
Right.
one could stop
That's
him, bro.
one season that y'all talking about.
That's one. And
That's
he
what
did it every
kills
year.
me.
He did it every year. I'm just
he
talking
had
about
2,000
every
yards
year.
every year.
He
He didn't have 2,000 yards every year, but he was getting
Definitely
1,000
did.
yards almost every year with the Vikings, with no
Yo, bro.
quarterback, with 10-man boxes every
I
year.
don't know,
But he had
man.
Brett Favre for like one season. Really,
I
only
don't
one
know,
season.
man.
Come on, bro.
Bro, he had a lot of 1 yard losses, bro.
LT had a quarterback.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah, he has the most of all time. Barry Sanders. He has the most of all time.
Go to Barry
Talking about-
Sanders.
He's talking about Barry. He ran all the way back. He was running all the way back and running all that shit. And he played with the Lions. Like, come on, bro. You gotta think what he had to
Bro, this man almost had 30 rushing touchdowns in one season.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
He had
Kick the LT.
28 rushing touchdowns and 3 receiving touchdowns. Like, come on, man. And he won 3 receivers with 100 yards catching. That's the problem. AD was never a pass catcher.
No, that's what I said.
And that's what separate the two. Like he was just one dimensional, and he was good at that dimensional, but he was no threat the other ways. Like, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. The season LT had was like MVP, like of all time at that moment.
Bro, Adrian Peterson won MVP.
Yeah, but it wasn't of all time. LT had a
Bro, what? Bro,
that
he
wasn't a
2,097 yards. He got the
Bro.
second highest total in league
the
history.
second highest. When LT ran for 28 touchdowns, he had the most rushing touchdowns in NFL history at that moment. He broke a NFL record at that point. AP didn't do that.
I think it's still the record, 28 rush touchdowns.
Adrian
It might be.
ran for 296 yards in one game.
Bro, that's one game.
As a rookie.
Okay,
so what he did the rest of his career?
I want you to go watch that game, bro. You're right.
I think that was after his ACL got tore.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. No. It was rookie season.
It was his rookie season, and they played.
Bro, he paid 200 games after that. He did it one time. He kept doing that shit.
Mike.
Hey,
okay, so my point is this: just because LaDainian Tomlinson was a better pass catcher,
way better, not just better,
doesn't mean he was the better player. That's the first thing. The second thing is give me the player. If you're a defensive coordinator and you're going up against LaDainian Tomlinson, right? Mm-hmm. You got to stop him two different ways.
Yes.
You make sure he doesn't go up the middle, or you make sure he doesn't run all over you, right? But then he can catch the ball. Now he wasn't running routes like Christian McCaffrey, but he could catch. So let's nip that in the bud. He wasn't running receiver routes, but he could catch.
He was elusive.
He wasn't running receiver routes. He wasn't running receiver routes, so he
had good hands, bro. He can catch the ball.
Yeah, he definitely catch the ball.
Right? So as a defensive coordinator, you're like, oh damn, I got to stop him this way, then I got to stop him this way, right? But how frustrating would it be for you to put all your resources into stopping somebody doing one thing, and you put all your resources into somebody to try to stop them to do one thing, and they still whoop that ass.
Bro,
still whoop that ass.
You know how many 47-yard games he had? He would have like a beat game, yeah, but he also had a lot of like
bad games.
Like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
where? Show me.
Bro, if you go through the game logs, you'll see like 155 and then like 62 or whatever.
That's because he was the whole entire team.
Adrian Peterson had 1,000 rushing yards with the Washington Redskins, bro. People sleep on that.
Stop it, man. Stop
it. Redskins, bro. The Washington football team. Another team without a quarterback. And that was in his out of his prime. He did this a couple of years ago, bro.
I know.
Give him the
that team was in a garbage. That team was it tanked.
All I'm saying is this.
You know what? He only had 81 yards the season before, so he should have been good for that. But he had
like
529.
They're in my top 5 of all time.
Who?
Like, who? Adrian Peterson and LT are in my top 5 all-time running backs.
Right.
Like that great.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take away from LT, bro.
But LT was like as a runner, LT had crazy vision, yo. Like he saw. AP was like head on forward. He had a vision like LT had, bro. I'm sorry.
Bro, AP had the speed, he had the quickness, he had the size, and he had the strength, bro. He was crazy. He was retarded, bro. He was a horse.
He wasn't as elusive as LT was, bro. I'm just saying.
It didn't matter.
LT scored more. He had 145 touchdowns. AP only got 118. Like that. Look, man. Look. Score touchdowns.
He had 145 rushing. He had another 17 catching.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was talking about rushing.
I think he had 160 something touchdowns.
Come on, man.
Because he catch the ball, bro. That don't make him a better player.
But it makes you more dimensional. It makes you more elusive. Like
it doesn't make you better though. That doesn't make
man.
So you rather have a dude who could only? He probably would have seen a bowl.
What?
If you gave Phillip Rivers Adrian Peterson, he probably would have seen the bowl.
No, you wouldn't, because he was the reason LT didn't. So what make you think he was going to propel AD?
I don't care if my running back can catch or not. That's what wide receivers and
That's a wide receiver skill set. I want my running back to run through the holes and run over people, and that's what Adrian Peterson did. Like he ran over people. Like
you can, and bro, it's not like LaDainian Tomlinson was like Christian McCaffrey.
Nah,
I mean, no, but like he kind of setting the precedent.
But he was a better runner than McCaffrey. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. He's a better runner, but he could catch too. That's the whole caveat. Like you throw a little sprinkle on the top.
But bro, it doesn't make him better though. Just like I said, but like bro, Chad Johnson ran the best routes in NFL history. Doesn't make him better.
I don't know, man. I think Jerry Rice did. Honestly,
I do too.
I think Jerry Rice is the greatest route runner of all time.
I agree with that.
What's wrong with you, man? Like, I meant to say that. I didn't want to say that in the text, but I was like, I'm saving that. I can't wait for him to say that on TV. Like, Jerry Rice is the greatest catching and route running wide receiver of all time.
bro. And you go ask anybody, bro. There's no way.
Yo,
Bro,
when you say the words wide receiver, people think of Jerry Rice. Like I'm just confused how y'all be like escalating all these other people above him. Like
I'm not saying Jerry Rice isn't the best wide receiver in NFL history, but he's not the best route runner.
Yo, he was everything. The best route runner, the best hands, bro. I'll tell you, man. Ask them, man. You asking Hall of Fame.
Yo, if you look at like
Joe
AP,
Montana.
just look at AP numbers, bro. Like year by year, they like consistent for like 4 years. Then they all over the place. Like LT was just 1,600,
7 years, 8 years straight. Just like, yo, you know what you getting. Like, yo.
You're not seeing who LT play with, bro.
You forgot he tore his whole.
He tore his AC out and then came back and ran for 2K.
And then a year after 2K had 1,200. That's a huge drop off.
Like, yeah, it's like
because
regular.
it was like, yo, we're literally gonna put everybody in the box. We don't care who his quarterback is because his quarterback is gonna be so trash.
Because
we
the
just play for the run every time.
So he always did that, right?
Bro,
So he always did that.
Not only did he lose that season, but ran for those yards the next season because he caught 2K. You forget the year he was suspended for an entire year because of that shit with his son.
By that point, he was over it anyway.
You know
he's not. He wasn't over it because he still ran for 1,000 yards with the Skins.
Oh man, listen, man, that was in 2018.
It took some years away
the child
from him.
thing was like 2012.
He took some years away from.
Listen, bro, 2012 he was when he won MVP.
Yeah, bro, it was after that.
Right.
Before he went to the Skins, and he took years away from.
It's a lot of gaps we trying to fill up. It ain't like that with LaDainian.
Right.
What?
A lot of gaps we trying to fill in here.
Bro,
ain't like that with LaDainian.
Yo, for AP to be such a better rusher, why else he got so many more rushing touchdowns? That's like Jeff said, or whatever.
Yeah, and he played with so much better quarterbacks.
He did.
So much better talent, so much better teams. Are you?
So what I'm saying to you is, why weren't those quarterbacks taking away his touchdowns?
That's true. That's facts. Point to Jeff. No,
why weren't those great quarterbacks taken away from him getting touchdowns?
So Jeff, you run the ball 30 times a game, every game, and see how many touchdowns you get.
You're not going to get that many touchdowns.
The way AD wasn't getting 30 touches a game?
It's not going to help you just because you get the touches, bro. They know you're running the ball every time. They're going to stop it.
Wait.
Yo, when the James Thomas was getting his touchdowns, you know what they thought?
What?
They thought Phillip Rivers was passing the ball.
Oh
all you see is a quarterback is one of those delayed draws. And you see him run up in the middle.
Yo, you know they only like 1,000 yards separated from each other, right?
AP's getting the ball.
So the funny
you know they only like 1,000 yards separated from each other, right?
Out of 11 years, out of 11 seasons, but you
know they only like 1,000 yards separated from each other, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do with anything.
All right, I'm just saying, dog, like, cause it's a lot,
bro. How's that a lot, bro? Bro,
I mean, cause AD's still playing.
Bro, first of all, LaDainian Tomlinson is older than AD.
Right.
So that's the first.
He's in towards freaking ACL.
I mean, I think they're gonna come. I think they're gonna be close.
LT never had no injuries. LT never had no injuries. 8 out of 11 years, he ran for 1,000 yards. 8 out of 11.
So no, not 1,000. He ran for like 1,300 or more 8 out of 11 years. Like he was putting up yards, bro. I'm just saying, like, don't lie.
And your best ability is
availability. How many 16 game seasons he played, bro?
Adrian Peterson has 15 years in. 15 years in, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 15.
Right, and he got 8 out of 11.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Whole seasons. Y'all forget that.
So still 8 out of 13.
He didn't play full season. And then you got to think about what AP is doing now. AP is just playing to play. He just played with the Lions last year, and he's not even like, he was like their third best runner. He was their third running back.
He was, yeah.
Second or third. Like, he's just playing now. Like, he's just playing because he wants to get more yards. He wants better opportunities. They're not giving it to him.
Right,
you give AP his touches, he's still going to kill you. That's why the last team that gave him a lot of touches was the Skins, and he still got 1,000 yards.
And next season, they ain't giving him touches.
And then next year, yeah, it might be just another year where he just the third or second, the second or third running back. I mean, he still wants to play. That's on him. But I'm telling you, he knows he still could break away. and get them yards.
So to you, he's the GOAT, right?
To me, he's my goal. He's my goal.
Of all time?
He's my goal. Because I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't care about Emmett. I don't care about Emmett. I don't care about. Come on, Walter. Come on.
You don't care about Barry?
I don't care. I care about the people I actually seen running.
Okay.
That's why I care. I know. Like, I've seen those people like on film. Like they're great. They might be better than him overall, but my goal is gonna be Adrian Peterson. That's the best running back I've seen play the game.
Okay.
Marshall Faulk, I was still young. You know, that's another great running back. I was still very young.
Not top 5.
He might not be, but come on. When it comes to running the ball, I'm taking Adrian Peterson.
Was unbelievable.
He played with no quarterback. Like, I just don't understand how hard it is to play with no quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Cats do it all the time, man.
Like, we haven't seen a running back since Adrian Peterson yet. We haven't.
I haven't seen.
Derrick Henry ain't.
Not even close.
No, he actually has a quarterback. He has a quarterback.
Not even close.
He has a team. He has a good team around.
He got a wide receiver converted.
And he just started elevating. Like AP was great from the gate.
All right.
AP was
just asking.
I don't know, man. Marshall Faulk. You said he ain't top 5, bro. Like,
that's why I was like, whoa, Marshall Faulk.
Jim Brown, Barry, Walter, Adrian, LittleAnt.
Wow, you ain't say Emmett. You crazy, yo.
Emmett's not in the top 5. Emmett played 20 years, and he played with all Hall of Famers. Crazy.
No, you don't like Dallas. We got he ain't Dallas.
No, all those running backs I just named were more talented than Emmitt Smith. Come on.
Not Marshall Faulk though. Like,
Marshall Faulk in the top 5.
Yo, he had 1,300 rushing one year with 1,000 catches. That's fucking insane, bro.
That's crazy. And he won MVP, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is he in your top 5, Mike?
I think who them last 2 you named, Jordan?
The last 2 I put Adrian Peterson and LittleAnt Thomas.
I don't know if Adrian Peterson's top 5. Top 10, but not top 5. Not top 5. Not top 5, bro. He's not top 5 because you know it, Mike. He's not.
I know.
He's one-dimensional. He's not top 5. Like everybody else can do both. Like,
who's better? Who are you gonna put over Adrian Peterson?
I put Marshall Faulk.
Me too. I'm sorry, yo.
I put Marshall Faulk.
Yo, Faulk was so dynamic, bro.
Just because he can catch, bro.
He can't just catch, bro. He got 1,000 yards.
Yes,
bro.
Like he run too.
He got for 2
in a non like
bro.
Russian, like it was like a passing offense, and he did all this.
Bro, Adrian Peterson is top 5 of all time.
All these running backs that you're naming had way better teams than Adrian Peterson.
Like, bro,
that's like I don't care. Like, the greatest on turf.
Like
Kurt Warner,
like what?
He wasn't the only weapon on the team. Adrian Peterson was literally the only weapon. That's who you had to
they had some receivers, didn't they? Minnesota wasn't that bad. Like
they were horrible.
Stop it.
What are you talking about? All these receivers you talking about are trash.
Bryce was the best receiver he ever played with.
But they didn't have a lot of team success, did they?
Huh?
Didn't they have Greg Jennings too for a while? Shit like that.
Yeah, they
Come
did.
on, bro. I don't think Adrian Peterson was on the team at that point. Come on. They got to watch Greg Jennings at the end of his career.
Wow. But when I say Greg Jennings was trash when he left the Green Bay Packers back.
But he was done at the end of his career. That was like his last season. He probably played that last season, bro.
Bro, every year Greg Jennings with the Packers, he was nice. As soon as he left, he was washed.
He was done. I mean, he played his whole career. He was done there.
Like, bro, I can't believe. Like, I'm putting Adrian Peterson and LittleAnt Thomas in my top 5 of all time. Like,
wait, who's your other 3? You said?
Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Barry.
Yeah.
Walter Payton.
I like those 3 or whatever. I don't know if Faulk top 5 either. I'm definitely going. Faulk top 10.
If we're talking about ever seen, like in my eyes,
or ever anyway, I'm saying ever. I don't think.
Jim Brown ran for what?
Bro, I might put Eric Dickerson up there too. You know what I mean? No, I don't know about him and shit like that. So I don't know about I don't know.
I don't know about Eric Dixon. I mean,
he ran for 2,100 yards. I mean,
he did.
I mean, top 5.
I'm not gonna disagree.
But I can't disrespect Emmitt Smith like that. Like I know, but I just can't, man.
Bro, he played 20 years, bro.
I mean, but he was nice all the years though. Like he was like it wasn't just like stacking up yards and shit. He was nice.
Nice, bro.
Isn't he like what he NFL? He was MVP too, right? I think no, he wasn't. He was Super Bowl MVP.
Bro, and let's be real. There's talent. There's running backs more talented than Emmitt Smith.
Yeah,
I don't know. He was pretty good. He was good.
Good, but he's just not in my top 5.
Emmitt Smith had great vision too, bro. For real. Whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't no trash dude, bro.
Bro, Hall of Fame.
He won rushing titles in 92 and 93.
Hall of Fame.
Like, I don't know, man. He got the NFL record for career rushing touchdowns.
Hall of Famers.
Seasons with at least 1,000 yards in 11. As well as career
1,000 yards.
Yo, that's come on, bro. He's top 10, top 5, bro. Stop
their
fucking.
offensive line was unbelievable.
You think that offensive line ain't changed over time?
Over 11 years?
Like, come on, bro.
Really, it didn't, bro.
Because he got the most career 100-yard rushing games at 78.
The offensive line has to be pretty good. You can't just do it without an offensive line, bro.
Nah, bro. He's top 5. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, bro. He got more rushing touchdowns than AD. He got 164.
He definitely above Adrian Peterson. I'm sorry, yo.
What's wrong with y'all, man?
I understand Tobi because you ain't see him, so I get you on that. So I mean,
if I had to make, if you told me to take out having my favoritism towards Adrian Peterson, yeah, I respect Eric Dixon. I respect him. He might definitely be above Adrian Peterson. He's one of the
it's definitely BigMike.LittleAnt after
LaDainian would never be ahead of him in my eyes. Neither will Emmett. Like, come on, you kidding me? Emmitt Smith. AP is definitely higher than both, but Eric Dickerson for sure.
How can you not say Emmitt Smith? I just said 11 seasons of 1,000 yards. That's 11,000 yards.
His team was ridiculous every time he had that shit, bro. He was having the best offensive lines, the best teams every year. So bro, he was a great running back, but come on, he
still got to run.
Bro, if you give Adrian Peterson that type of team, bro,
2,000 yards every.
Bro,
gonna be unstoppable. Y'all gonna be
so this the problem right here. This is my problem. So we always discount the guy who actually did what you're supposed to do when you got what you get. When you got what you got.
No, we're not discrediting him. He did what he was supposed to do. But there was somebody else that was better that did a lot with a lot less.
Adrian Peterson had good offensive lines. Don't get it twisted.
The
Steve Hutchinson, he had a lot of good offensive linemen.
They were okay. They weren't the Dallas Cowboys.
Burke, he had some. Yes, he had all pros.
They weren't the Dallas Cowboys.
Steve Hutchinson.
And plus,
Steve Hutchinson was also a Seahawk before he was ever a Viking. He's a more.
What does that mean?
And at the same time, it still comes down to who you had to worry about. Yes, you had to worry about Emmett, but you had to worry about everything else.
Listen, bro.
Adrian Peterson was a one-game plan. When they went to the film, when they went during the week when they was playing the game, there was like.
So Tobi, you saying if Emmett was on the Vikings, he wouldn't have had that many yards?
Come on, are you kidding me? Stop it. Bro. If you put in 10 people in the box every time, some people they're gonna look like mortals. Okay, Adrian Peterson wasn't a mortal anymore, right? He was still doing him, man.
He was not human, bro.
What happened, Jordan?
Adrian Peterson was not human.
Oh, yeah, I forget Adrian Peterson. Bro, that year he ran for 2K yards was really crazy.
Did you listen?
It was like, yo, how are you gonna stop him? Like, we gotta stop him this week.
Bro, he had a lot of dynamic games. I get it or whatever. He definitely in my top 10. It's not my top 5.
Not my top 5.
He was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Did you listen to what they was talking, bro? Shannon Sharp was like, "You're one of the only players that I've ever even heard about, who I was told that could have came out of high school to the
Word. They say he could have came out of high school.
He could have came out. Bro,
apparently, Derrick Henry could have came out of high school too, running for 4,000 yards in a season.
Adrian Peterson's Oklahoma tape.
He got robbed.
Unreal.
Bro, he got robbed. Yeah. He definitely got robbed.
Unreal.
He got robbed at the Heisman. He did get robbed.
Yeah.
Unreal.
He lost in the Fiesta Bowl, but yeah. They did. They lost in Fiesta Bowl to Boise State with the
Right.
crazy Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah, I remember that shit. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, this been a nice debate. You know, we each gonna have our sides. I want to keep you guys. You got things to do. It's been a good show, man. I can't wait to put it out there, man. And definitely appreciate you guys coming on as always. Next week we gotta get back into some basketball as the season moves along. Get ready into the playoffs. And any other thoughts on football while we're still here right now?
Yeah.
No, good.
All right. We'll probably come back after the draft to talk about that. But anyway, for the rest of the panel, I'm Big Mike, and we'll see you guys later.
All right.
Peace.
Cheers.